Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jay from Unfiltered Fishing. I make fishing videos. Today was a drag. This wasn't the intended plan for this video. I was going to try to do some fluking in the back, and didn't seem to really be too many fluke back there, and it was pretty weeded out. So we kind of shifted gears here and took a little drive down to the inlet. It took me a couple of minutes to figure out, because I haven't fished here all year in this inlet, what was kind of going on with it. Not really a lot of water flow. There's a lot of shoaling in the front of the inlet. You know, that's from a lot of east winds pushing the sand around the tip of that jetty and then kind of settling down right behind the tip there, and kind of blocks a lot of that strong water flow from coming in on this side of the inlet. The other side probably very fast and deep. The front of this very shallow and pretty slow. So I was only fishing a 1 ounce bucktail, as you'll see in the video, and I had 2 bluefish before I turned on the camera, and then I said, oh, let me see if I can get some more and make a video. Ended up with getting 1 bass and a couple more hits, and that kind of fizzled away. So wind kind of shifted a little bit, and then it kind of pushed that rip out a little bit, so I was able to sweep it a little bit more. But watch the video, you'll listen to how this bucktailing inlet was different than the last inlet that I was bucktailing, where I was using 3 ounces of lead to get down to the bottom and get these fish. This video was more akin, if you watch, to more of how I kind of inlet bucktail like a back bay situation, where there's much slower moving water than usually is here. One wind can kind of just change this place around, and that's you know, that structure, one storm on a sandy beach can pretty much rearrange everything. Even the front of this beach looks way different than it did last year. So, you know, I kind of had to, I've been fishing the front here and doing not too bad either. You just kind of like find those pockets of where fish are and find that structure again, which isn't easy with this because it's dead flat calm. But you guys enjoy this video, and if you do enjoy the video, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, leave a comment down below. Maybe one besides spot burning like the last guy left, but whatever. I mean, you're gonna make videos, that's kind of what it is, and it's not really spots that gets burned, it's bites that get burned. So if you're not on the bite and you go to the spot, well, there might not be anything there. But again, thank you to all the new subscribers and all the views and likes that you guys have been leaving behind. We've grown the channel at least by like 150 people since I started back up, and we only have a few more to go to get to 1,000. So please guys, if you like these videos, you want to keep seeing them, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I hope to see you guys out there, just not on my rock. Later. Alright, so on a day where we had many game plan changes here, fishing a different inlet with not a lot of current going on this incoming. I'm just really using a 1 ounce bucktail, and I'm working it way different than I did in the other location. Really, I'm just casting it out, letting it sink, and then kind of retrieving it back to me, because there's not really much current. And it's really shallowed out. Just slowly rolling it back and giving it a twitch, hop. It's funny how this current here eddies around. So out far that current's moving from left to right. It's making a circle back here and coming back right to left. Very interesting. A couple of bluefish so far. We can pop out a couple more. And this is much like how I fish the back bays with the lighter bucktails. I'm just letting it get down here. I'm only using a 1 ounce bucktail. That will tell you the current's just one hit it. Come on. Smile for the camera. Unless there's some bass mixed into this. It might be. Oh yeah, again, you can see that. Yeah, you can see that bucktail is kind of swinging back to my left, yet the current is still incoming. At least for a little while longer. This is the first time I've really fished this inlet this year. This was not what I was planning on doing today. Plan was actually to do some fluking in the bay. I didn't find any of them yet. A little weeded out back there too. Got some pencil popping and some popping back there, nothing going on. Give this a brief shot. So weird. I know the guys at the tip of the jetty are getting some fish, but I'm not going to go try to squeeze on there with the other 18 knuckleheads when there's fish back here. I had 2 of them already, dropped one, so just had hit. So they're back here too. Alright, so he hooked up. Feels like another bluey. No, it's a bass. How about that? Little guy. Run down there and slide up this rock real quick. No, don't go that way. Saw a couple of small ones come up. See if they've moved back here now. Here's a little guy in front of this rock. Slide him up pretty easy. You gulped that down, didn't you, buddy? There you go, look at that, look at that. Daytime striper. I'm using these small bucktails, but he picked that down. Get that right out. Mount in the back, I have the hook free, I can feel it. Just gotta turn it so it won't hurt this guy. There it is. Right there. Right there, y'all. It's not even hooked on him. Sitting there right in the bottom. There we go. Right up. Nice little bass. Not even hurt. No blood. No blood, and back he goes. Like I said, just working it along and giving a little hop once in a while. Hopefully everybody on the tip doesn't see me so I don't get mugged out back here. Little bass. That's the first one I think I got during the day for this video for this year. I thought it was going to be bluefish. I did see a couple of bass pop up at the tip, the small ones. Just like that one. First fish I thought it was a bass for sure. He was taking some drag. This isn't really the rod that I like to use for this kind of stuff, but it'll do, going light enough. If you can get something to hit on camera would be nice. Still gotta wonder how this sets up on the outbound. And there's a lot of sand in the front of this inlet, just holding back a lot of this current, putting it around out deep. Then it just wraps around and eddies back in. Making a circle. Adapt and overcome. Yep, they're little guys. At night they get bigger. Can't believe how little current there is. This fish is just sitting like right on the edge. You see where it gets to that dark water. I know there's some bigger fish around this area because I've caught them. It's not really the right kind of conditions for that. This is just all I was doing when I had that fish. This might be a short video. I don't know how long we're going to do this for. I want to spend the whole day fishing because I'd like to fish tonight. Try to get out here and get some content for you guys. Been a little busy the past few days. We've been doing too much fishing, except for at night. When you come and apply these tactics that I'm showing you all that I do during the day, the bucktail, and you'll have them at night. You'll have them at night. And then hold on because they'll be heavier. You can see with the way that water looks, and a 1 ounce bucktail is holding. Just dragging, doesn't even move. Not even bumping the bottom of the 1 ounces. 1 ounce, no ounces. Ounces would be horrible. One would be singular. First grade math. Like I said, the bucktail is probably the most versatile lure you can throw. You have all different sizes, all different weights, all different styles. You just got to figure out what weight works in the particular location that you're fishing. I said I'm fishing this very similar to how I would be fishing it in a very different situation. This situation, I'm almost casting it down the current instead of up the current like I was doing in the bluefish video. I tell you, those bluefish must have moved just right through and disappeared. I had them on a few consecutive casts and then nothing else. I had that bass. Oh, got hit on the last cast. Let's see what happens here. I think this current's kind of dropping out, which is, like I've said in other videos, first 20, last 20, your best time for a big fish. Hoping maybe today it'll be a bass, not a bluefish. Man, that water just looks like Caribbean water. Why would you hit it when I had the camera roll? A little grass on there. That doesn't help. Seems to do the switcheroo on me, where it was northwest area, actually probably really more north. It's kind of gone to a southeast. Kind of explains why it's now pushing this rip out a little bit. The south wind pushing this tide in.